So what I did this time was I disabled the commercials because the commercials cut off my video. So I'm not doing the commercials on this video. So I'm gonna have to start just cutting it off, and then after I do the video, then cut the commercial on the monetization, whatever, because that it fucks up with my stream. I'm guessing. But Israel, Iran, Ukraine, Russia, America, uh, China. All right, we got a thumbs up. All right, cool, y'all. Cool, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. I want to talk about Iran. I want to talk about Israel, Israel and Iran. Like I said in the last video, shout out to Zelensky because he's getting no love, no attention. Getting no love and no attention. There's Zelensky. So he hates both Iran and Israel equally. He hates Iran and Israel. Zelensky hates them both equally. Me, on the other hand, when dealing with Israel, America, and Iran, I'm just looking at this thing, and I just want to let y'all know I'm still here because I'm still breaking it down, and I want to make sure. Uh, I want to make sure I'm on the right side of history because y'all know most of the time when I come on here, I'm on the right side of history. The Iran situation. Ah, so Iran is sending missiles back because of America has. Come on, lady, really? You gonna block my making a left turn? Really? Damn, you got to be kidding. Thank you, silly ass. Thank you, silly ass. I'm sorry, y'all. It's 5 o'clock traffic, 4 o'clock traffic, and people are doing the doing the most out here. Um, I've been observing the Iran situation. I've heard both sides of MAGA, those who are against it, those who are for it. I've heard both sides, man. And let me tell you, ah, let me tell you, how's my mic again? Because I started a new show. Let me get another mic check, y'all. I'm sorry. I have to do another mic check. I have to do another mic check. But I know there's some people now. I like Candace Owens. I wasn't really into the Hodges twins. I don't care for them, but I do like Candace Owens. She reminds me of my sister a whole lot. And so, yeah, she's very intelligent, very smart, very wise. That being Candace Owens. Again, I don't care for the Hodges twins. I never liked them, never will. They can go to hell for all I care. But Candace, I can see her point. You know, again, Candace reminds me of Nature Mom, my sister, a whole lot. Reminds me of her a whole lot, my younger sister. And Candace is obviously she's not for war. She's not for foreign intervention, just like Marjorie Taylor Greene's not for foreign war and intervention. Just like, just like, uh, just like Tulsi Gabbard. You know, got three women of color that are not down with the wars. They're not down with the damn attacks on Iran. Um, uh, you got Trump trolling, saying, we should do regime change and all that stuff. But it's hard to laugh at a troll when you have real bombs bombing the country and real people getting killed. Shout out to Donald Trump, but I can understand why some of the MAGA base is upset. Again, you got two sides to MAGA. You got those who are for what Trump is doing, those who are against. Me, myself, I'm still observing. I'm still observing, and I'm still um, Like I said, me, I always go back to the beginning. I always go back to the very beginning. I go back to October 17th when Israel was attacked. But some of y'all can say, oh, well, what about Gaza, this and that? Understood. We can go back to that too. So, oh man, we can go back to when Gaza says death to Israel. We can go back to where Iran says death to the USA. So there's many paradigms, especially when you get a country that's getting involved in other people's wars and all that. But I can point to when Iran said screw the United States. Trump has never been a fan of Iran. We can go back to Prince Salmani. Trump has never, ever been a fan of Iran. And so by him not being a fan of Iran, um, you could say there's a reason, there's old blood for him to start sending missiles to Iran. Now, will Trump retaliate with more missiles? Because Iran just attacked military facility in. How's my mic, y'all? How's my mic? How's my mic? How's my mic? Because I'm sitting up here talking. Do you know why Iran said that about the USA? Explain, Sander. Sander, explain. Explain why they said that about the USA. Why they said death to America. Why did they say that? Entertain me. Entertain me, because now you're giving me. Mike is good. Okay, thank you, Rob Cat. Thank you, Rob Cat. We got a person in that chat I've never seen before with a question. And this is what I like. I like when people come here with questions. I love it. So why did Iran say death to America? Because when they say America, they're talking about me, my family, my friends, most of Americans in this chat. So why would they say death to America as opposed to, I don't know, one individual person? Why does that have to be the whole country? So explain. I would like to hear your explanation of why they would say death to America. Yeah, let's hear it. Sandor, are you still there, Sandor? Black Sun, hello, my guy. What up, Relax and Talk Sports? What up? Okay, Mike is good, thank you. Hello. Hey, Ruby, how you doing, sis? How you doing? How you doing? So, yeah, I just want to know, because at first I really didn't have a dog. I was looking at the Iran situation, but then I understood the origin of the bombings, like I said, with Israel. I understand the whole paradigm, but why would Iran say death to America? What did America do? The U.S. went in and removed their democratically elected government in the 1950s. They replaced them with a dictator. Why? Because Iran wanted to normalize their. Okay, but why do you want to? No, but you're not answering my question, Sandor. Why do you want to kill America? They're saying death to all America. So can you explain that, Sandor? I don't think maybe, I don't know if English is your first language, but why death to all America? Because I'm trying to save Iran here. I'm trying to be non-biased here because I understand the back and forth. But when you say death to America, then now I got to jump in the fight now. Because I already hate theocracies. I don't like I don't like theocratic governments. I do not. So already there's a type of bias right there. But let's hear what you got to say. They don't. They held candlelight vigils after 9/11. Your country is about free speech, isn't it? I'm not about terroristic threats though. So let's say, okay, yeah, my country's about free speech. But you say death to America, then it's on and popping. Yeah, you say what you want to say, but there are consequences to what you say. Do you understand that? I shouldn't have to explain that. Most Americans understand that there are consequences. So I don't just walk up to people and say, what's up, cuz? What's up? Or just insult them or say I want to kill them or death to you. So there's a reaction to your free speech. Yes, we have free speech, but there's a reaction to it. So when you say death to America, you're saying death to me. I live in America. So again, why would they say death to America? Or did they not say that? Now you're saying some of them did candlelight visuals. I seen some that said death to America. So what's up? And if you're saying death to America, no, you don't need nukes. You don't need nuclear. Now Trump made a good point. Y'all got all that oil. What y'all need with nuclear goddamn energy? If you got all that oil. Okay, let's see what you're saying. Hi, Black Sun. Hey, what's going on, Beverly? What's going on, Beverly? And there are consequences to overgrowing a government. Oh, you're right, there is. So I guess only the strong survive, huh? Because let me tell you, I don't know where you're from, but if you're not from America, I can tell you, let me say this. Let me say this. If you're not from America, Russia, or China, then you're not from one of the toughest countries in the world. And so by us, America being threatened, we like to goddamn pull people's whole cars. I don't know if you know American history, but we have a history where America, we went through what we call the Wild Wild West. And we had chip on our shoulders. A lot of Americans, American-borns, African Americans, Hispanics, whites, Chinese that went through the Civil War, we went through it. We went through the most brutal time in our history, and nothing compares to the Civil War. Nothing compares to the Civil War, and I would invite you to study the Civil War. Study the Civil War. And look at what we went through as a people, fighting ourselves. We made ourselves one of the toughest people on the planet based on our Civil War. So, yeah, we got a chip on our shoulders. So when you say death to America, we're not trying to philosophize. We're not trying to theorize. No, we're trying to whoop somebody's ass. We're trying to whoop somebody's ass. And especially if you're dealing with black people, not all black people, but most black people come from rough neighborhoods. And so dealing with other black people that are from the hoods, we've had chips on our shoulders. And so don't say death to America. Don't say that, because deep down inside in our subconscious, a lot of us are looking for a fight. That's what these foreigners don't understand. And I don't mean to, well, it is what it is. You're a foreigner, because I shouldn't have to explain this to you. We have chips on our shoulders, and by us having chips on our shoulders, we're going to fight you when you say death to America. Death to America. So why provoke somebody who's looking for a fight? Let me ask you that question, Sandor. America. Okay, Ruby says America versus Iran is like Mohammed versus Pee Wee Herman. Oh, God. At Ruby, that's it. You're far more something than myself. So Sandor, let me ask you a question. Why would you say death to somebody who's looking for a fight? Why would you, like, why? Let me ask that question. Look at slavery. What about slavery? It's still a huge thing for America. No, it's not. Slavery is real huge in Islamic countries. Let's look at damn Libya. Let's look at Saudi Arabia. Let's look at Bahrain. Don't go there with slavery, because Islam invented slavery. You do know that, Sandoval, right? You do know that the Persians mastered slavery. You do know the Persians still live under theocracy. So no, bro. You really want to go there with slavery? You found the right one. You found the right one. Yo, let's do it. Let's talk about how Islam condones slavery. Let's talk about how Islam makes black people with darker skin second-class citizens. Let's go there. Let's go there. In all your Islamic countries, they do that. All of them. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Quran itself. Let's see. When did they last say death to America? They just said it like right when Trump hit the when Trump hit him. No, they said it before that. You got to understand when they say death to Israel, they're saying death to America too, because Israel and America we're joined at the hip because of Jesus and because of Christianity and all that whole thing. We're joined at the hip. So when you got these Hamas and all these different Islamic groups saying that, then it's like Israel's our cousins, and that's the home of Jesus, right? Is that not the home of Jesus, Sandor? You are literally regurgitating propaganda. No, this is actually something I grew up with. So now you're telling me, because you don't even know me, you're telling me that my thought pattern. You see, I'm driving a truck, so like most YouTubers, I don't have a cue card, so I'm speaking right from the heart. And Islam, based on my studies, still practices slavery. So when you said slavery, no, you're doing that. So you're projecting on me, aren't you? There, little Sandar. We are from we are from the South. Dunning Kruger, Google it. Dunning Kruger. You are literally regurgitating propaganda. Dunning Kruger. I don't even know who Dunning Kruger is. I'm talking about Black Sun, and I'm speaking from here. What I'm saying is why. My simple question to you, and you didn't even answer my question, is why would Iran, why would anybody in the Islamic world provoke people with chips on their shoulders? I can honestly say, because my lineage traced back to the Civil War, it actually traced farther back than that. Americans, black, white, Hispanic, and Chinese, we have chips on our shoulders. So, as a person who I've seen a lot of fights in my time. I'm 52 years old, and I've broken up a lot of fights, and I've talked down a lot of damn fights. So why would you provoke somebody with a chip on their shoulder? Why would you do that? Especially when you know position the goddamn. Why would you do that? Let me just ask that question. Why would you do that? Why would you provoke somebody with a chip on their shoulder? We gained our chip on the shoulders after the Civil War. So why would you? Why would y'all provoke that? Why would you provoke a nation where everybody has a chip on their shoulder? Everybody here has a chip on their shoulder. Why would you provoke us? And why would you provoke our cousins, Israel? Because we're looking for a fight. We're looking for a fight. So yeah, we're going to defend. We're going to find any reason to defend Israel. It's the birthplace. It's the birthplace of Jesus. Now what? Now what? Like I'm an atheist. I don't even believe in Jesus. But you take the birthplace of Jesus. Oh, it's on. We look for fights. So why would you provoke us? Why would you provoke us? Let's see what he's talking about. I know you don't know what it is. I don't care to know what it is. I just know here in America we got chips on our shoulder, and you're not answering my question. If you don't answer my question, why should I Google up what you're saying? Why would I do that? Because we have to respect each other first. And you're not respecting me by not answering my question. Why would you provoke somebody with a chip on their shoulder? Answer that question, and then I will entertain your Google, whatever that Dunning shit is. But answer my question first because I asked you the question first. See, that's that Islamic mind state that you had. You feel like you're superior. You asked all the questions. I don't ask any questions. No, that's a form of slavery. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why would you provoke somebody with a chip on their shoulder? I can't debate somebody that is contradicting themselves constantly. I'm not contradicting myself. America, we have chips on our shoulders. Why would you provoke somebody with chips on their? I'm saying that America, we got chips on our shoulders. How is that contradictory? America, we got chips on our shoulders. So why would you provoke that? Unless you feel like you can take us. And I'm not here to debate either. I'm not here. No, no, no. Let me get one thing straight. I'm not here to debate. I'm asking you a question. I'm not trying to get a gotcha moment or this and that. Oh, I speak like so. Hey, Prosperity, what's going on? I'm trying to school this foreigner on how Americans are. I'm trying to let him know that all Americans, we all have chips on our shoulders. So why would you come at us? Why would you come at us? What is the what? That's what a debate is. No, there's no debate. There's no debate. I'm saying that we have a chip on our shoulder. Why would you mess with us? I'm asking you. Why would you mess? It's not a debate. You're in control of the answer. Why would you come mess with us? We all, Americans all got chips on our shoulder. Why would you come mess with us? We're looking for a fight. Why would you mess with us when we're looking for a fight? There's no debate in that. I'm asking you the question. I'm asking you and your people, why would y'all provoke us? There's no debate. Americans, we all have chips on our shoulders. We all have chips on our shoulders. It stems from the Civil War. So why would you provoke us? We're looking for a war. We have a president who's looking for war. He's looking for war. And I understand this because we all got chips on our shoulders. We all got chips on our shoulders. One thing you're not going to do is mess with anybody in this country. Now, if I have a dispute with anybody in this country, then I will handle it as such because we all got chips on our shoulders. We all got chips on our shoulders. Look at our history. We got Crips here, we got Bloods, we got MS-13s, we got the damn Italian Mafia. Look at our history. Look at our history. So we got chips on our shoulders. This is where gangland started. So why would you mess with us? Why would you mess with us? Why? Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq 2 times. Yeah, Francois, I get what you're saying. You're saying that we lost in Vietnam, we lost in Afghanistan. You're right. Win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? Just because I say we got a chip on our shoulder don't mean we're gonna win every fight. I've always said that if we go into Russia, we'll lose. I've said that. But however, Russia come over here to get the ass whipped. I've said that too. All wars that they lost. Okay, right? You can't win them all. But I'm gonna tell you something. We never lost the war here. We never lost the war here. Think about that. We never lost the war here. Now people might say, "Oh, what about England?" No, we whooped England's ass, but they came back and burned the White House. But they left. They left. Okay. Okay. This is all planned for greater Israel and the new territory for the greater Israel. So Israel has chip on their shoulder too, then, right? And us being the big brother of Israel, we're looking for a fight. So why would you mess with Israel? If it's okay, oh, they want to do it greater Israel. Okay, and your point is what? They did not. They did not lose World War Z, and the people lose to this government every day. And I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. You got to explain that more in detail. Yeah, you got to make that more in detail, Anna. But yeah, I welcome all the newcomers. This is the Arena Uncensored, and yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to get open up the damn channel and start. I can't do it right now because I'm driving. However, Anna, you say people lose to the government every day. I don't know about all that. I think we lost when they stole the election in 2020, but you know that's a whole nother discussion. But I'm trying to ask this dude right here, why would you mess with people? Anna, are you from the U.S.? Let me ask you that first of all. Let me ask you, are you from the U.S.? Are you from the U.S.? And I'm not trying to be biased here, but Ruby understands, just like Prosperity understands. These two sisters are from the U.S. That we will admit that we all have chips on our shoulders. We will admit that as Americans, whether we be black, white, Hispanic, Chinese. If we're born here in America, we will admit that we have chips on our shoulders. And deep down inside, we try to. I will say this: we try to talk it out. But at the end of the day, if somebody want to throw down with us, we'll throw down. We'll say, shoot, screw it. We'll throw down. Now, shout out to my sisters. I've seen too many times where sisters like Prosperity and Ruby, they try to break up a fight and somebody accidentally hit them and they, oh, shoot, what? And then they fight. Tell me I'm lying, Ruby. Tell me I'm lying. Prosperity, tell me I'm lying. So even from the sisters who are the peacemakers, if you accident, they trying to break up a fight, you accidentally hit them, they about to goddamn go off on you. I see Prosperity knows. So again, that's just how we function as Americans. And I'm talking about the peacemakers. You accidentally haul off and hit a peacemaker in the mouth, they gonna go off on you. My sisters, they'll tell you. See, that's why Prosperity laughing. Don't lay any hands on or facts, Prosperity. And that's what these people, please, and that's why I love my sisters. Please, if I'm not communicating it, can you translate it to Francois and Anastar and all these people, these newcomers, these new booties? Ruby says America is a gangster place. Don't send for us and we won't come for you. Y'all need to listen to the sisters here. See, that's why I'm so glad I got sisters that come on here like Ruby and Prosperity, because they don't look for trouble. But if you actually put hands on them, they're gonna get bowdy. And then they're gonna come back with their goddamn uncles and cousins and brothers, and they're gonna jump you too. That's just how we function here in America. We don't go looking for trouble, but when trouble finds us, we handle it. We handle it, and we're not trying to talk to nobody. Because it's like Iran said death to America, and you still haven't answered that question. They have said that. And I've heard them say it. It only takes them one time to say that. Death to America one time. That's all it takes, and we don't forget. As Americans, we don't forget. We don't forget. And I had to, it took me a while to do a live because I had to look at the situation and I had to go back. And again, when fights happen, it's usually a back and forth, back and forth thing. And so I try to rationalize as much as possible, but then at the end I'm like, don't mess with America, don't mess with us. We all got chips on our shoulders, even the nicest Americans. Like I said, Prosperity and Ruby are two of the nicest sisters here. But subconsciously they got chips on their shoulders. But they are peacemakers. But like she said, don't come from us and we won't come for you. It's simple. It's simple, and a lot of you foreigners don't understand that. And I don't mean to make it a us versus y'all situation, foreigners, but you guys didn't experience the Civil War. The American Civil War was just it was a battle. It was a spiritual battle, and it is a battle that gave us permanent chips on our shoulders. And you talk about slavery. You have the nerve to talk about slavery when they gave the black man a rifle. And we settled our score. We were given rifles. We came out of slavery, we were given rifles. And said, those are the ones that enslaved you. That's why I'm the wrong person to talk about slavery with. You're talking about a country that gave us rifles during the Civil War. That's why I always bring up the Civil War. I always bring up the Civil War. That's why, no, you don't want to go there with me. You don't want to go there with me. You're not ready to have this conversation. That's why I always tell these foreigners, study the Civil War. Just study the Civil War. Don't come at me with some damn, oh, he's black, I'm going to talk about slavery and, oh, get on his emotions. I'm not the one. I'm well read in American history. And one of my favorite time periods is the Civil War. Hey, what's going on, Kelly Ray? What's going on, Kelly Ray? I'm trying to school these foreigners, Kelly. I'm trying to school these foreigners on don't mess with us, because Americans, we have chips on our shoulders. We just have chips on our shoulders. And one thing about Americans, if we are, if our partner is dead wrong, we will defend that partner, even knowing that they're dead wrong. Just look at the mafia, look at the gangs, look at how the gangster structure, like Ruby said, a lot of us we operate on this is gangland. And even if we feel our partner is wrong, we're gonna back them up. Benjamin Netanyahu, and we will find an excuse. We will find an excuse to goddamn scrap with somebody. I would just say, well, Israel's the birthplace of Jesus. Get them. So no, we don't. No, we don't. Anna, hold on. You said no, we don't. Anna. Where are you from, Anna? Type in. Are you from the United States? And that's number one, Anna. And number two, does your lineage trace back to the Civil War? Because I don't want to be funny, Anna, but if your lineage does not trace back to the Civil War, just my standards, I don't consider you a real American. If you don't trace back to the Civil War, because this is where we get our chip on the shoulder. There should be black men. They handed us rifles. What? On both sides, the Confederate and the Union. They were handing black people rifles. So when any of y'all say, oh, well, the white man on the Union side or white man on the Confederate side, they both got it from black men. So I don't want to hear no shit about slavery. We were given rifles on both sides. So I don't want to hear no shit about slavery. Something they'll never do in these Islamic countries. Any other countries, give the black man a rifle and say, have at it. General Lee said, have at it. Ulysses said, have at it. Sherman said, have at it. So ignorance is bliss, peace. Oh, you can't take it all. What we have in this saying, if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. So it's no ignorance on my side. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you, we have a chip on our shoulder. And let's just say, okay, you know what you say? Oh, ignorance is bliss. Okay, so if we're a nation full of ignorant people with chips on our shoulders, why would you provoke us? So we got chips on our shoulders and we're ignorant. Why would you? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So wait, who's the ignorant one? If I'm ignorant and got a chip on my shoulder and you picking a fight with me, wouldn't that make you ignorant? Wouldn't that make you ignorant? Okay, so Sanders said, wait, what did he say? He said, who won the Civil War? America won the Civil War. Do you really want me to answer that question? Because I am a Civil War expert. America won the Civil War. Both sides won the war. Don't play. Don't play. Because all the slave owners became insurance owners. Don't play with me. I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong one. America won that war. And none of the goddamn people on the South got arrested. Well, some of them did, but a lot of them became insurance owners and shit and prospered. I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong one. But again, let me go back to this dude right here. If I got a shit up on my shoulder, I'm ignorant, and you start a fight with me, does it make you ignorant? Because I'm accepting the fact, you just ignorance is bliss. Okay, well, I'm ignorant and I got a chip on my shoulder. But if you're ignoring that, that would make you ignorant too then, right? Because you can't even answer my question. You can't answer the question. I'm telling you, in fact, now that we got chips on our shoulders, we ignorant. Yeah, Americans are ignorant, so why would you, that's even more of a reason not to provoke a person. A person's not even willing to sit down with you and have a discussion. They're just ignorant to it. So why would you provoke a person like that? I'm confused. Okay. Is this a slavery? No. No. Kelly Ray, he brought up slavery. I didn't bring up slavery. But he doesn't, I didn't bring up slavery. He did. He brought up slavery. He tried to play this whole slavery thing, I guess, to invoke some emotions out of me. And I'm like, I studied the Civil War. I'm the wrong person to come at with like that. That's all that was. No, the topic is Iran. Iran striking back, and we have a president that represents us. We have chips on our shoulders, and we be looking for a fight. Donald Trump is a representative of us. We be looking for fights. We be having chips on our shoulders. So why would you provoke somebody like Donald Trump? And he's a troll too. But a lot of us are trolls. But Donald Trump's a troll too. Donald Trump's like, yeah, Vance and Rubio saying no, we don't want regime change. Trump is like, regime change, that sounds good. Like, damn, this man has a chip on our shoulder, and Trump can get pretty ignorant. And he's a troll too. You don't want to start no shit with nobody like that. You don't want to start no shit with somebody like that, with Donald Trump. And I'm telling you, Donald Trump is a lot of people in America like Donald Trump. So don't start that shit with none of us. Don't start that shit with nobody in America. Don't do it. Because when y'all look at Donald Trump, I'm not talking to the foreigners. I'm not talking to people in America. People in America have a pass to talk shit about Donald Trump. But all of y'all outside of America have no right to talk shit about Donald Trump because Donald Trump represents us. That's how we are at the end of the day. We got chips on our shoulders. We could be very ignorant, and we be trolling motherfuckers. We be looking for a fight. Trump is a brawler from Queens. Facts. He likes to fight. Exactly. And then, another thing, Ruby, Donald Trump grew up around the damn mafia, the Italian mafia people. Because that's some real Italian mafia shit he's doing. And I can't get mad. I can't get, I can't get mad at Trump because we know how people from Queens and the Bronx, we know how they roll. We know how your goddamn Michael Franchise's, your John Gotti's and all them. We know how the Italians rolled up in there, and the black people up in New York. We know how New Yorkers roll. So yeah, Trump is from that environment. He's from that environment. So don't mess with Donald Trump. I'm talking about the people outside of the U.S. People in the U.S., y'all got a license to talk shit about Trump, but people outside the U.S., y'all have no right. And I can't stand y'all motherfuckers from England talking shit about Trump. I can't stand y'all Canadians. I can't stand none of you foreigners talking shit about Trump. If you're not American and ain't been through the Civil War, then you have no right to talk about Donald Trump. Fuck y'all. But if you're American, you can talk shit about Donald Trump all you want. If you're from America and you talk shit about Donald Trump, talk shit about Donald Trump. But if you're not in America, man, fuck you. Because when you attack Donald Trump, that's my president. That's my president. And Donald Trump's personality, and it's all American. Because everybody I know in America, even the nicest people, like Kelly Ray, like Ruby, like Prosperity, have a chip on the shoulder. Because I say they got a chip on their shoulder, the sisters, because if you try them, peace goes out the door. Peace goes out the door. You should practice what you preach. What am I preaching? What am I preaching, sir? Show me where I am contradicting myself. Let me entertain you because you're just doing the most. I think you're just a troll. I think you're American the way you damn responding. I don't even think you're foreign. I think you're a troll. So let's entertain your trollness. What am I? You sound like an American. You don't sound like a foreigner because you have these empty goddamn accusations that you're making about me. I believe you're American. But let's play this game. What's your name? Let's play this game. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. Practice what you preach. Right. I just said that. Don't start no shit. Won't be no shit. And I've heard Iran say death to America. And so as an American, they're saying death to me. I didn't start no shit with Iran. I'm American, so why would they say death to America? I live here. My family lineage has fought here. So why would you say death to America? If you don't like a particular person, say death to that particular person. But again, don't say death to Donald Trump. Don't do that. Don't do that. So again, how am I contradicting myself? Please explain, because right now you sound you're making these baseless claims right now. But anywho, I'm not about to why don't go other countries find evil things out, don't come to America and do the right. That's a fact. That's a fact, prosperity. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know, that is a fact. That is a fact, sister. Oh, they better sign me out because I'm not. It's past 4 o'clock. Okay, good. I think he's ready to sign me out because I'm ready to go home. But yeah, man, I just want to come on. Like I said, I wanted to come on here as a neutral party, but when I think about death to America, I'm like, well, damn, you just you just pushed that chip off my shoulder there. Death to America, death to America. Yeah, okay, you gonna sign me out, yo? Death to America, really? That's what we're doing? Death to America? Because I'm American. Family's American. My friends are American. We're all Americans. So why death to us? Why death to us? Hmm? Explain that. Ah, oh, ah, explain that. Explain that. Explain that. Explain that. Shit. Explain that. Hold on, y'all. They signed me out. Signing me out. I'm gonna have to leave early because I gotta go to the dentist tomorrow. Get my toofuses, get my dang teethuses worked on. Teethuses. But yeah. Why again? Why would they say death to America? You still didn't answer that question. And I think you're American too. You're just being a troll, and that's okay. That's okay because we got a lot of trolls in America, don't we? We got a president that's a troll. It's all good. Okay. It's all good. But it's all good. It's all good, y'all. It's all good. So I have no problem. Can y'all? Huh? I'll wait. There's no problem. All right. I'll wait. I'll wait. Hey, did we got some people leaving? Oh, can y'all hear me? Oh shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I go clock out and goddamn 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 people done left. Go to Nick Shirley channel and you hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Facts, prosperity, facts. Sandor says, you haven't heard one Iranian say that chant. I did. No, I did. I did see. I hear. How you gonna tell me what I did and didn't hear? What the hell? How you gonna tell me what I did hear and didn't hear? I got people that speak Arabic, right? Yanga, he speaks fluent Arabic. Come on now. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. Jesus Christ. People just, oh yeah, you definitely American, boy. You just damn. You heard cable news. No, I don't listen to cable news. I'm talking about people that I know. If you know Yanga NKrumah, he's been on the show. Look at the past video. He speaks Arabic. He tell you that they talk about the great Satan. Yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me. No. I'll tell you that as they manufacture consent. Wake up, bro. You literally fallen for Iraq. They'll all over instantly. Weapons of mass destruction. Don't start nothing. Because I have a chip on my shoulder, so I'm right. So I'm right. You're wrong. Because yeah. That's how usually people with chip on their shoulders function. I'm right. You're wrong. Or it's not even about, hell, I could be dead wrong, but not this chip off my shoulder, then we gonna have a problem. I said a lot of times we defend, like in the gangs, they'll defend their brothers even if they're wrong. In the mafia, they do it. With the Crips and Bloods, they do it. With the essays, they do it. People can be dead wrong, and they will defend them just because they got the chip on their shoulder, just because they're looking for a fight. So I didn't say it's wrong about wrong or right. I'm saying, give me a reason. Give me a reason not to fight you. Again, I said, shout out to my Christians. I said I don't believe in Jesus, but because Israel is a birthplace to Jesus, that's a reason for a fight. But you're not getting that. It's a reason to fight. But you're not getting that. You're not getting that. Correct, I'm right. You're wrong because I have a chip on my shoulder. Okay, and what's your point, Sandor? I think you're missing the point. I think you're trying to... Sandor, where are you from? Because obviously you're not from America talking like that. You're not from America talking like that. Again, after the Civil War, we look for a fight. Oh, hold on. But you're an atheist. How you talk about God? Because I can do that. I can be an atheist and say that, you know what? Because Iran attacked the birthplace of Jesus, because my mom believes in Jesus, Kelly Ray believes in Jesus, goddamn, everybody, my fellow Americans believe in Jesus. So guess what? I'm going to fight. I don't have to believe in Jesus. See how that works? Chip on my shoulder. Chip on your shoulder or not, Trump is confirmed 100% Zionist. Okay, he's a Zionist. You know why he's a Zionist? Because Jesus was born in Israel. Now what? Jesus was born in Israel. Now what? That gives me a reason to have a chip on my shoulder. I stand for Jesus. Right. And because my sister stands for Jesus, I'm going to fight for Jesus. Because I love my Christian brothers and sisters. How about that? How about that? How about that? I want to fight for my Christian brothers and sisters. How about that? And y'all attacking the birth. Iran is attacking the birthplace of Jesus. And they said death to America. That's all I need. That's all I need. Let's see, what does he say? An atheist doesn't believe in Jesus. Right, I don't. But I'll fight. See, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. It's not about believing or not believing or being an atheist, being a Christian. It's about looking for a fight. What? Are you that slow? Yeah, you slow, dude. You slow. I just said we just look for reasons to fight. What the hell? And we got a president like that represents the people. I've never in my lifetime seen a president fit the personality of Americans than Donald Trump. Like I said, he represents New York all the way. And those damn mafias, the Gambinos, the Bonanos, all those damn mafia families rubbed off on Trump because Trump had to do business building his building. He couldn't, like a Michael Francis said, Trump couldn't not deal with the mafia because he had to do the concrete. And who ran the concrete? The goddamn mafia. Goddamn Sammy the Bull had a construction company. So yeah, of course Trump dealt with these people. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the environment he come from. And it is what it is. Trump is looking for a fight. Trump got a chip on his shoulder, and he's a troll too. Shit. If again, that's why I give Americans a pass. But if I'm mad at Trump, I got to be mad at everybody I met in my life. But I'm not mad at Trump because he represents a lot of people that I've met in my lifetime, Americans that I've met in my lifetime, and they act just like Trump. Trump act just like them because he represents us. Because we're not a perfect people, and I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm not saying that we're right. I'm not saying we're wrong. I'm saying you start a fight with us, we're gonna fight you. We're gonna fight you. And if we deem Israel as our friend, I like Benjamin Netanyahu, and Jesus and God has chosen to be the leader of Israel, then guess what? You're giving me another reason to fight. So I don't understand what are you missing out of this lesson here? What are you missing out of this lesson here, Sandor? What lesson are you trying to teach me And what lesson am I trying to teach you? So I'm just letting you know where I come from, but what lesson are you trying to teach here? Are you trying to teach some moral righteousness and shit? I'm 52 years old. Go teach that to your kids. Go teach that moral righteousness to your kids. I'm 52 years old. And I know when a person says death to America, they talking to me. Correct that. Trump is Frito. Okay. No, Trump is Frito. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're definitely American. Okay, and what's your point? He's still American, so is Frito. Frito was American too. You look more like 58. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Francois said I'm more like 58. That's funny coming from Francois. Didn't your president marry a woman that's 70, 78, and he's like 40, and his wife is 70? You know what? You don't want to go there, Francois. Do you really want to go there, Francois? Do you want to go there? Mr. Oh, do you have a crush on your teacher? You don't want to go with the age thing, do you? You really want to go there, Francois? You don't want to go there, Francois. No, you don't want to do that, Francois. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, Black Son. You are giving this person too much power. Yeah, you're right. I was just having fun, Prosperity. Let's talk about the mayor of. Let's talk about the mayor of Chicago. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about him, Prosperity, because I just recently seen this man, Mr. Mohawk. Let's talk about him. Let's give him some attention. Let's give him some power. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about him, Prosperity, because that man is still holding on for dear life. He's still holding on to the Democratic plantation. He's still holding on to the sanctuary cities. He's holding on. And Tom Homan's coming for that ass. No, she told you she don't want to talk about it. Okay, that's fine. Just know that Tom Homan's coming to your city, Prosperity. He gets no power for me. No, you're right. He don't get no power, but he getting. Oh gosh, you know what? Oh, I don't even. Oh, Mr. Mohawk. Let me just ask this, and I'll leave it alone. Prosperity. Is Mayor Mohawk prepared to deal with Tom Homan? That's all I need to know. Because California wasn't ready for Tom Homan. Is Mayor Mohawk ready for Tom Homan? That's all I need to know, Prosperity. I'm gonna take the expressway. I don't feel like taking the streets. There's too many lights. No, he is not ready to deal with Tom Homan. Yeah, he's coming to your city. Tom Homan's coming to your city, Prosperity. So when he does, make sure you record that. If you ever get a chance, I know. Make sure you. Oh gosh, I don't know if he's already came to your city or not, but yeah, Tom Homan, he done wreak havoc in California. He done wreaked havoc in California, man. They were not ready for Tom Homan in California. No, they weren't. They were not ready. They were not ready. And Tom Homan's supposed to be coming to Atlanta too. Supposed to be coming to Atlanta. But yeah, Prosperity. I just wanted to I mean, this whole thing about death to America and all that stuff. I just, I would never say death to Iran. I wouldn't say death to Iran because I don't understand you got the Iranian people and you got the Iranian government. I would say screw the Iranian government, but I wouldn't even say screw the Iranian people because each individual, everybody is different. Everybody's not the same, but if the Iranian come over here with a self-righteousness and try to correct us, then I will correct them. I don't like any foreigner telling me, being self-righteous, telling me if I'm right or wrong. I don't know. No, don't do that. That's all. That's all I'm saying is do not come with your self-righteousness and try to correct Americans. We are too ready for a fight. We are too ready for a fight to be told what is right or wrong by a person who's not from this country. We just know it's insulting. And you say, well, why is this? It just is. It's just insulting because of the fight and struggles we've been through in this country, and especially for Europeans. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, let me just say this. Americans, we have laid the foundation for everybody to come here and prosper and make money and do the things y'all can't do in y'all country. That's why y'all come here in such droves, even in Europe. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Shout out to Prosperity. Shout out to Ruby. Shout out to Rob Cat. Shout out to Kelly Ray. Shout out to Relax and Talk Sports. Shout out to these new booties who came up in here, man. Welcome to the arena. This is what I do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to analyze more of this Iran situation. They fired back in Qatar. You know, my sister, y'all know NKrumah is in. So, hard to tell a country don't start no shit, won't be no shit like Iran, but hell, they were provoked. Unlike, see, if y'all notice, I don't talk shit about Russia because Russia is not provoked. Putin knows the game, but these rest of these countries, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know that America is looking for a fight. We're looking for a fight. That's why, you know, I don't really harp on damn Putin because Putin knows the game. Putin's too intelligent. Russia's too intelligent. But Iran, thanks for making patriotism swell up. Oh, thank you. Oh, well, thank you, man. I'm just, yeah, I have to, you know, my patriotism. Oh man, how can I put this, Rob Cat? My patriotism comes from the deepest hood. Come from the most, as he said, I'm ignorant. It comes from the most ignorant place, South Central LA, West Side. My patriotism. See, when people think of patriotism, they think of the nice, clean cities. I think of the nice, clean cities too, but I think of some of the hoods too. And I can get real hood and real ghetto when you push them buttons. And I can get real ignorant. Real ignorant. I can get niggified up in here if I have to. I show a different type of patriotism. All patriotism's good, but I show a patriotism that nobody, like, you don't want to mess with my patriotism. Because I will get, I will get ignorant, straight hood on these foreigners. Not on my fellow Americans. On my fellow Americans, I treat y'all like Americans. We family. At the end of the day, Americans that trace back to the lineage of Civil War, we family. We family. But these foreigners and these trolls don't start no shit, won't be no shit. With that being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace. I'm out.